Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Wednesday, May 2nd, 2012 is sponsored by Realtik. All right, let's get right into it today, folks. The markets are trading lower across the board. Dow is trading down 23 points, S&P's down about 4, and the Nasdaq is bucking the trend on the back of Apple, Google, and Baidu, along with Intel as well, pushing to the upside by about 7 points. So again, Nasdaq stronger, mostly on the back of Apple here, which is up about $3.50. Now the key is this, folks. Bottom line is, when it all comes down to it, are you making money in this market? Are you making money every single day if you're a day trader? Are you making money pretty much every single day if you're a swing trader? And the answer should be yes. And I'm going to show you right now my P&L from today, folks, as we get started here. This is my profit and loss. Well, ultimately, it's just profits today, but I want to give you a sense about the money you can make in this market. All right, today, not a huge amount of volatility, but there were opportunities. There was an opportunity, actually a couple opportunities in Chesapeake today. CHK, I banged out over $2,000 in profit. Goldman Sachs, just 60 bucks, but a nice, special dinner out, maybe a filet mignon right there. Juniper today, one trade $400. MasterCard, one trade 140 bucks. Spiders 250, and the Exxon Mobil trade 350 for a net total of $3,210.50. All right, and the bottom line is, folks, this is where it comes to be. Are you making this type of money? Because here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, this is what members are doing. All right. I'm teaching them how to trade intraday. Those are intraday trades, but frankly, swing trades are just rocking it. We've probably had about 4 or 5 straight winners in the research center swing trade alert side, which is the hot charts and alerts. Yesterday we had ConocoPhillips half off the table. Sears was up huge yesterday. We took off the second half for over an 11% gain there. Last week we had AUY, SLW, and some other ones as well in the profit zone. So I don't care if you're a swing trader or an investor or even a day trader. There's plenty of money to be made in any type of market. It's all about reading the charts, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. All right, well, first off, if you look at your chart on the SPY here, all right, let's take a look at the SPY. And you can see today, obviously, we came down to this low level. But what I'm a little bit more focused on is the hit from yesterday's high, and how did you know that the market would reverse off of there? Because the average person has no clue about trend lines. Let's call a spade here. They have no clue. They're oblivious. In fact, I would say about 95 to 99% of most traders have no clue about trend lines, and they're missing out on the ultimate profit zone. This is how I make money every single day. 3,200 bucks, that's about average. It's not an amazing day. It's not a poor day. That's solid for me. All right, and again, everyone can do it because I'm just following the trend lines. And if you look at yesterday's high, how did you know that was the high? Well, all you had to do was zoom out on the charts here. And again, by zooming out, you come to early March and you take this pivot low, and this is a trend line that I had, and we talked about these parallel lines, this one up here and this one down here, to my members. I talked about it every night in the technical analysis video, which is part of the research center. All right, and by looking at that, you clearly could see parallel lines. What we called was a rounded top in the market, up there, right around our cycle date. And again, you could see how it hit, and then hit on the bottoms, and then it finally broke down. And this was a breakdown. And what the market does is it likes to retrace to the breakdown trend line. So here's your trend line sloping up, and the market broke down. Now it retraced yesterday at the highs of the day. Bam! Right into that line, to the penny, basically. That was your top. Sure enough, yesterday afternoon we sold off beautifully. The markets continued to sell off today. Look at where you went to. You sold off, you came right into Monday's low pivot, and that was the low of the day. Since then, you've basically floated sideways to up the rest of the day, with the spiders still down about 48 cents. But the charts will tell you everything. Now, here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, I give you fish, which means I give you swing trade alerts. I give you day trading calls if you're in the chat room. But the swing trade alerts, most of you guys listening to this video are probably more swing traders and longer term investors. So that's where you're going to find the most success. We give you those fishes. We give you those fish to make money off of. If you want to take it a step further, I teach all my methods. How did I make the money today? How did I make $2,000 on Chesapeake? 400 on Juniper, which, by the way, I called out in the chat room. I called out Juniper. Chesapeake was pre-market, or at least one of the trades in there was pre-market. Goldman I called out. MasterCard was a beautiful hit. In fact, let me show you the MasterCard right now. Let's go and look. Where did I short MasterCard today? All right, this was such an easy trade to me. All right, MasterCard had earnings this morning, so the stock is selling off for the first 45 minutes basically. All right. Now all of a sudden it reverses and comes up here, consolidates. Here's your gap fill. All right. So there's your gap fill level. What I did was I looked at the chart and I said, okay, gap fill is very close to the 50 moving average. We know gap fill is good resistance, but if it pops in there, chances are it's going to pierce and go to the 50. My short level was the 50 moving average. Sure enough, look at the pullback. And again, one thing I pried into the minds of my traders in the intraday stock chat today is when you have two levels close together, you always choose the upper one on a short or the lower one on a long. Because oftentimes they'll pierce the first level. The first level is where the amateurs enter. Their amateurs are always wrong. The retail investor, always wrong. So what you never want to do is go with your first level if there's two close levels. Wait for the second one. As it goes up here, they get stopped out. You get in on the right side of the trade, and then obviously computer programs and so forth, methodology, emotion take it in that direction. So I mean, there's so much to learn here, and we will teach it to you. I'll teach you every proprietary technique I use. You can take the methodology webinar, which teaches you time counts. I mean, this is just mind-blowing stuff. And bottom line is, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, here I am, pumping out 3Gs in profits on my own today, and this is just through lunch. I mean, frankly, this is just up to lunch. What about the rest of the day? Yeah, I could probably make a couple more thousand, maybe another thousand. I mean, I'm going to take it more carefully. Anytime I make a good amount, I always, afternoons, you trade a little bit more carefully because you want to be sure you're only taking the best optimal setups. But bottom line is, it's easy to make another thousand at least today. And again, that's a solid day. Imagine making that. You're not working anymore, and you're living pretty darn well. 3,000 a day, 4,000 a day in profits. I think most of us would be pretty satisfied with that. And again, not to say I don't have a loser here and there. Of course I do. Didn't today, obviously, but I mean, of course I do every once in a while. But here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, the methodology has a proven track record. We started the business in 2007. We started this company in 2007. Since then, we've averaged 8 to 9 winners out of every 10. So you can have 1 or 2 losers every 10, but honestly, if you could bet 80%, 90%, sign me up. And obviously, I have signed up, and I'm making the money as a result since I run the company here and I'm using the methodology every single day. So in any case, guys, bottom line is that's what it's all about. The money is here to be made. And again, folks, let's go back to the SPY and just take a quick gander. Really, there's no trade that I'm seeing on the SPY here. You came up to the 50, you pulled back. Now you're stuck between two moving averages. Nothing specifically here. This is a longer-term bear flag. I just want to make that clear. This is a longer-term in spirit of bear flag, but volume is too light now to really look to short it, especially with these moving averages below. And I'll probably, at least on the spiders, sit on the sidelines, but I'll keep my eyes peeled on other stocks out there to trade. All right, and again, InTheMoneyStocks.com offers a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial, folks. Research Center is for swing traders, intraday stock chat for day traders. Come join the party, start making enough money to live off for the rest of your life. Take care.